to record. So for physios, there's quite a lot of opportunities in terms of entrepreneurship. The scope is very wide. And what I'm going to go through right now in the next 10 slides is just a bit, maybe a percentage of what's out there. So you can see the slides? Are we able to see the
Yes, doc.
slides? Okay,
Yes.
so it's possible for you to open a physio practice, and also the requirements have been adjusted in terms of what you need to put together to open a physio clinic. And the Zambia Society of Physiotherapy, we are also engaging some more with the Health Professionals Council so that we even break it down further. So somebody who wants to just open a clinic where you're just dealing with musculoskeletal conditions, sports injuries, you should be able to open a clinic just focusing on that. You want to look at a clinic just for cerebral palsy children, you should be open, or to be able to open such a clinic with only the requirements that you need to be able to treat such kind of children. So you have or clients. So you don't need to have big equipment. You don't need to have an ambulance outside waiting if you are going to be treating maybe just cerebral palsy children or persons with musculoskeletal conditions. So we are breaking it down so that the private physiotherapy practice increases. What we need is to have more of private practice than public. In other countries like New Zealand and Australia, they have more of private practice than more physio working in private practice than in public sector. In fact, there's no more money in the private sector than in the public, and that is what we need to do for our country. This is what we need to do for our profession. You can decide to do it alone, or you can get into partnership. You can partner with other physios, and also you could partner with doctors. There are pros and cons. When you are going to open a physio clinic at a hospital, there are a number of benefits. The research which is evident, which is out there, is that you will receive more clients if you're working with the doctors because they'll be able to refer their patients to you. So this is one model where the physio, it's at a hospital, a physio clinic is at a hospital, and you can be running a physio clinic at the hospital. Look out for clinics or hospitals around the country where there is no physio. You could be able to engage with them so that you have your practice there and you have an MOU with them in terms of how you do your payment. Either you are renting or from the profits you share that. In Botswana, just neighboring, everywhere where there's a mall, you find there's also a physio clinic. Where there's a pharmacist, where there's a pharmacy, where there's a chemist, there's also a physio practice. So our friends have gone that deep in terms of entrepreneurship, and yet we are the ones who train physios in Botswana. I think it's only the past 2-3 years that they've had an institution offering physiotherapy. So they are still, in terms of education, they are still far from where we are. But in terms of the practice, entrepreneurship, they have really advanced a lot. I was in Botswana last month, and I did meet one physio accidentally who is even building a new facility where he's going to employ a lot of physios to work there. So this is the common trend in other countries, and we need to have that here. Yes, there is growing momentum, but we can do better than what we're doing right now. You could run a fitness center. We're engaging also with HPCZ that where there's a fitness center, there must be a physio involved. But let's not only look out for people having gyms and we get to them as in terms of supervising them. Let's own this Let's own these gyms, and we have access to a lot of funding. There are a lot of funding opportunities. You could run a wellness center, and again, it's an area where physios have not exploded as much as we should have. I think all the time, all my physio life, I've only known two physios that had wellness centers. So we need to have more of these wellness centers. We need to take over. That's the bottom line. And there's a lot of money out of these businesses. I think also education. We know there are colleges that are starting. There are universities that are offering physiotherapy courses. Those are all opportunities that we can come across. You could sell equipment. It's very easy and to bring equipment into the country. But I only know of one company that is owned by a physio, and I think it's the physio who is from Kenya. So where are our local physios? They are in sleeping mode. We are in sleeping mode. Some of these equipment are very cheap. There are a lot of websites where you can be able to find this equipment. Some of them you find it's half a dollar, $1. So with the 2,000, with the 3,000, with the 5,000, there's a lot of equipment that you can ship to Zambia. And there are a lot of all these shipping agencies. It's very cheap to bring anything to Zambia. You can run aerobics. This is also a field that has been dominated by non-physios, and yet we are the ones who are the masters of movement. We are the masters of physical activity, and there's a lot of opportunities, and people are ready to pay to be able to do exercise and have fun at the same time. You could also partner with different companies. You could also take over their wellness centers so that you are the provider for the companies. Go to Zesco, go to Zanaco, go to all these big places, MTN, Airtel. There are a lot of opportunities out there for you as a physio. You could also look at the sporting facilities. The simple one, it's futsal. It's very small. The space that you need, 6 aside, 5 aside, 7 aside. People want to play soccer and they don't have spaces where to do that. You have a piece of land, you can be able to work on it so that you turn it into futsal grounds. Those who are making the money, none of them is a physio. But as a physio, you can be able to acquire space. Land is still cheap in Zambia. You can be able to put up nice grass and people will come. You will be busy every day. You'll be busy at night while you're doing other things. You're making money. I talked about education, and that's our new campus, which is coming. They should be done in August or September, and that is employment for many. The university has employed several physios, and that's entrepreneurship. So it's possible also that a physio can have a physio school, a physio college, or physio university, or university that offers physio and many other courses. We have people that have done education. Now they're running nursing programs, physiotherapy programs, and many others. And where we are looking for employment. So basically, other thing that is important is your marketing strategy. A business is nothing if you don't do your marketing. So this is a business's overall game plan for reaching prospective consumers and turning them into customers of their product. So it's very important that you have a marketing strategy. There are many things that you can do in terms of marketing. You can do your branding. You improve your business. How good a business is, it will attract people. You must have a vision. You must have this strategy. You must be able to advertise. Sometimes you have to spend money to advertise. But again, how do you advertise? They say you can't advertise yourself as a physio, but there are many other ways in which you can do silent advertising, getting engaged in different activities. Social media, everybody's on social media. Even as I'm teaching, I'm sure some of you are responding to your messages on WhatsApp. Also having a very strong management, making sure that the management is trained in leadership. There must be transformational leaders. There must be managers that want that brand to be excellent. that brand to grow. As it grows, the business grows, and also the profits, which is what entrepreneurship is. It's about profits, nothing else, about making profits. Profits will go up. So thank you, colleagues. This ends my lecture. Are there any questions? Any questions?
So I've got your question.
Yes.
When we were talking about um, registering business, I wanted to ask which between
You're breaking.
ZRA and PACRA, what do you register first before you go to the other?
I can't hear. Is anybody able to hear her question?
No, our
Business
network is a
first
bit
between
poor.
ZRA or PACRA?
ZRA or PACRA?
Okay, let me. Yes, what do you register your business first?
Has anybody gotten what she's asking? I think it's something to do with
The
PACRA.
network is not clear.
Okay, so she's asking something about PACRA. Let me see if I can get the slide concerning that. Is it that? Yes. So for ZRA, what you do is that once you register your business, in fact, at PACRA, they'll give you the TPIN. When you register with PACRA, immediately the TPIN will be generated. If it's not, you can contact ZRA within a short time. I think for companies I've registered before, it hasn't taken more than 10 minutes. I have my TPIN. So it's easy to get all these things. The TPIN, it's free of charge. Registering the name of business name should be about 200 and something. So the whole process of registering businesses is quite cheap. So what would be a bit more would be the time that you have to register a physio clinic. With the gym, it's absolutely almost nothing because you don't even involve HPCZ. So yeah, but you can type the question if at all what I've said is not what you were asking for. So all these things that you're seeing on this slide concerning things relating to registration, they're all easy things to do, very easy things to do. And you can also do them online. These processes can be done online. You don't have to go to Accra to do these processes. You can even start a cooperative. A cooperative can run any of these businesses that I've listed. There are many other things that you can do, but those are just things that are a bit more common locally and internationally. You can have a training facility where you even train people as kids how to play soccer, the tactics and all those things. You can be an agent, you can be a an agent for athletes. You can register with FARS, you can register with other sporting disciplines or associations, and then that will benefit you a lot. There are a lot of players, soccer, boxing, whose agents, they haven't done anything which is sports related, but because they have that entrepreneurial mind and they know how to make money, so they are there. The physios are not there. Any other question?
Yes, good evening, Doc. Okay.
Good evening.
Yes, look, when I look at the timetable, it wasn't getting that this Friday we're supposed to have exams. So since we started it, so I wanted to be clear, like
Yeah,
when are we supposed?
so we'll push
Are you
it.
getting me?
Yeah, we'll push things. We'll push. I think maybe what I need to get my team on board. But for me, we need to push the exams to next week. So that's not official. Let me also inform my colleagues and also get their blessings. It will be, you can't write everything on Friday, because we may even want to have a lecture on Friday, the day that you are submitting your assignment.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll need to do it, I think, early next week so that immediately we mark, submit the results. Once the results reflect, then you can be able to register. We don't want you to be behind. For those ones who
Sorry,
are
sir.
in diploma,